What is change management? We will now try to answer the question of what change management is. It's not too complicated. After all, we already know that change is a situation in which someone becomes different or something becomes different than before. Change management then will be the coordination of activities aimed at making someone or something different from what it was before. Simple, right? Well, just not quite. Management should always be understood by its functions. There are 4 essential functions of management. Planning, which is often referred to as a superior function because somebody wisely said, you can't make a good movie from a bad script. Planning is about setting goals and how we intend to achieve them. Organizing, that is, first and foremost, selecting the appropriate organizational structure for a given undertaking, granting decision-making authority, assigning responsibilities to individual positions, and providing the resources necessary to accomplish the task. The next is motivating, which involves the preparation and application of appropriate incentives that will make employees inclined to work as efficiently as possible, and the formulation of clear criteria for evaluating performance. Controlling, which involves comparing pre-planned goals with actual results, accompanied by drawing conclusions. Any type of management should be considered precisely in the context of the above functions, whether we are talking about change management, time management, project management, or human resource management. When we say the word management, we should mean planning, organizing, motivating, and controlling. Please recall that we defined change management as coordinating activities aimed at making someone or something different from what it was before. Hidden behind the word coordinating are the same 4 functions I just mentioned. So change management is planning the change, organizing it, motivating the people involved, and controlling them. At this point, I would like to mention one more significant issue regarding management. The computerized copy-paste method is not applicable in management. No management tool should be implemented in a company without adapting it to internal and external conditions and requirements. It often happens that a manager or a business owner reads about some excellent solution or learns about it at a training course, then tries to apply it at home company according to the imposed detailed guidelines. These methods or tools are often very good and effective, but they must be correctly adapted each time. Otherwise, they can not work at all, be counterproductive, or fail to deliver the full benefits usually derived from their use. A prime example is project management. Every year, hundreds of thousands of people worldwide attend specialized courses and postgraduate studies, read professional books and publications on the subject. The principles of conduct and the tools that support the work of project managers are firstly quite similar to each other, secondly, usually clearly worded, and thirdly, relatively simple. Project management is not as complicated as quantum physics. We can meet millions of qualified professionals in this field, and yet every day we hear about failed significant projects. What's more, it's also easy to find serious scientific studies that indicate that the vast majority of projects fail. Cost and or implementation time overruns and or the quality of the project outcome is unsatisfactory. Why does this happen? The answer is, in many cases, is straightforward. One doesn't adapt the acquired project management knowledge to the internal and external needs and conditions of a given organization, i.e. to organizational culture, stakeholder requirements, the ability to create and process project documentation, etc., but instead applies it precisely as it was shown during the lecture. I want to emphasize that there is no place in management for the copy-paste method, also regarding change management. There is even a unique theory of management, and in fact a certain strand of research called contingency theory, which examines how different factors such as technology or organizational culture affect the structure and functioning of organizations. The results of these works clearly indicate that since companies are different, they must have varied structures and ways of management to function efficiently. In the next lesson, we will consider whether change management differs from project management. This is important because quite often these terms are confused.